What's going on, everyone? Kevin, how's it going? Yes, let's wireframe the shit out of this site. Yeah, we're going to do it today, so looking forward to that. We'll see how things go. Welcome, welcome. How interested am I in the US election tomorrow? Well, I mean, I'm Canadian, so what happens to you guys kind of filters up north here too. In a lot of ways, so it's pretty important. You guys are like our most important trading partner and all that kind of stuff too. So, interested. you know, um, yeah, interested. I feel a lot of it's very strange because a lot of Canadians are more interested in American politics than they are in Canadian politics, and maybe that's just the way the American politics is, where I don't know if it seems just more entertaining, more flamboyant, more kind of out there, but I feel some of our politicians are taking note and acting about that. But it'll be interesting to see who wins. I guess you guys are pretty excited, or everyone talks about, whichever side you're on, democracy's ending. Basically, is what I'm hearing from both sides. So that's interesting. So it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens, and I guess looking forward to seeing the results. And hopefully, you always say this kind of after every kind of election or whatever, that people kind of come together and can put their differences aside and try to work together. Because I think, looking at history and looking how people work together, I think we're all better off if we can all, find common ground and come together and, use ideas from both sides and different ways of thinking, as opposed to just being one way, the right way, and it's always that way. I feel like a lot of the times that's when really good stuff kind of does get happening, is when people come together and share ideas and try to pick out the best ideas out of everything and come together and, implement a solution. So, but yeah, there's a really great video out there. It's called, what is it called? I should bring it up. Here, hang on a second. Let me find this video. Actually, right. There we go. All right. So if you haven't seen this video, the principles for dealing with the changing world order, and it's from Ray Dalio, some economist, I guess, a really, really very successful like hedge fund manager or something like that. Anyways, he goes kind of over, where's a good thing? He kind of goes over history.
That I'm going to pass along to you here in a distilled form. You can find them. It was a...
Yeah, it just talks about how empires kind of come and go, and seeing where they are in their height of their empire, and what happens on the inside and what happens externally when an empire starts to decline. And if we can use the lessons from the past to try to guide what we can do and learn about the future. And it's very interesting to kind of take these ideas and see kind of where America is in this whole, how the American empire is going right now, and what's going to happen in the future. So it's really, really interesting. Actually, it is really, really fascinating. And, there's a worry, a lot of people that because of what's going on, internal pressure, external pressure, that, the American empire is on the decline, and what's going to happen after that, and is it going to be, I don't know. I don't want to get too much into politics here. Because what we're going to do, of course, is we're building business. But yeah. Anyways, I hope it goes okay. I hope there's anything too crazy happens, and we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. And we need an election here in Canada, because Canada's even crazier in some ways, because our elections could be kind of whenever. It's not just every 4 years. It's just kind of like, depends if we have a majority government or a minority government. And right now we have a minority government, but they seem to be hanging on constantly. And even though majority of Canadians don't want these guys in power, and it's just this ongoing saga. There's like scandal after scandal after scandal. I've never seen so many scandals like in Canadian politics. It's like every day there's like something new. And it's not even like something new that's small. It's like, oh, here's just this $400 million fund that's been going out to all these politicians backdoor. It's like big scandals, not small ones. Anyways, all right. enough of politics. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone had a great weekend. And yeah, let's just get in right into it. We are going to go over our Notion. And Kevin, I totally haven't forgot about this. I totally was thinking about this over the weekend as to what we can do in terms of Notion and how I could best learn this and whatever, and getting you on the show. So I definitely haven't forgotten about that. So I'll be in touch probably sometime this week for sure, to figure out what we can do. So look forward to that. Absolutely. Because I haven't done anything here on Notion, so I won't even try to get good at this or anything like that. We'll kind of wait to get your expert advice. So, but anyways, so we did this to kind of give a template for all the kind of different pages that we need. And I want to, like, when I wireframe, me personally, I usually just use pen and pencil, or pencil and paper, pen and paper, whatever. But of course we want to be able to do this on screen, and I don't have any way to draw anything here. Actually, I do have my tablet, but it seems to work like half the time. So we're going to jump into Figma and just see if we can do maybe just, I guess, a low fidelity wireframe of all the different pages. And I guess we'll kind of see how that goes. And I don't want to do anything too crazy here, but let's just start with, I guess, a desktop. Yeah, we'll just do this wireframe here. And we'll start with this page, and we'll start with the home page. And, oh, actually, no, this is going to be the page. This is just, yeah, right. We'll just call this service business. And then the layers, this will be the home page. Right. Okay, that's how that goes. Okay. So I was trying to think of, when we're on this sitemap, we didn't talk about what we need to have on each individual page, but we're going to go with a very generic kind of high performing, make sure we have all the key elements into what makes a good homepage and a successful homepage. So we're not going to go and do anything crazy at all in this. We're going to be very, very generic here. So we're going to go with the logo, of course, and that logo is going to be, let's use our font though, because we like our company font. And not sure how big we should go. And maybe what we can do, let's Shift A to put that in a frame. I guess we'll just call this logo. I put that in the frame because I just want to put a little bit of a background on it. So I think that's a fill. And we'll just do something like this. Jay, how's it going? I am doing well. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? How was your weekend? Good to see you here. Rolando as well. Good to see you. Hope you had a great weekend. In the sitemap, a collection of service areas that you do not have an archive is required in order to perform local SEO. Okay. So when you say a collection of service areas, I guess we'll talk a little bit more about what that actually means in terms of how we do that in the like in the HTML, right? Yeah, I'll have to talk to you a little bit more about that, exactly how that's going to go. Or do we just put in, like, Halifax, Bedford, Truro, like all just the different cities that are in Nova Scotia? Just let me know. Have I started my agency in Webflow? Yes, 100% I've started my agency in Webflow. I've been running it for about 2 years now, actually. And I could show you that here in a second. Sam, welcome to the stream. I got to figure out how to get these icons. If it's just a single icon, it's only showing up really, really small. So I have to figure that out. So sorry about that. But anyways, welcome. Good to see you. So yeah, Jay, let me bring this up here for a second. Right. So this is my agency website right here, Jay. So yeah, professional websites. I started finding, and I really need to work on the hero section and this, like the headline. The headline is like so important, and I think this is kind of it's halfway there. I think we could do much better at this, and I think this headline should really kind of speak to the pain point of the customer as opposed to just it's really expensive. So yeah. Anyways, got it. Yep. Yeah. So yeah, what we're doing today is we're making or over the next week, I should say, maybe week and a half, is we're making a Webflow template, which is going to be suitable for service-based businesses. So whether you own a landscaping business or you own a hair studio, I don't know, any kind of service-based business, you'll be able to take this template, put in your own design or whatever, and have a website that is good to go. That's, will check off 90% of what you need, 95% of what you need on a website. So .ca is in Canada. That is correct. I am in Nova Scotia, Canada, up on the East Coast. Exactly. To be able to create dynamic single pages for each city, and you create a relationship between services and the city. Thus, you create landing pages. Okay. So then I'll have to get some good copyright to basically articulate what we do for each city. I don't know exactly how each page should change, but I think I know what you're saying. So, and I think I remember because when I was working at Shopify, we'd have the different, I think I talked about this before, we had the different sell pages. So sell t-shirts online, sell baby paint online, sell whatever online. And we had every different page in the sitemap, and that was linked to the individual page that had I think it had 2 paragraphs that were copyright specifically for that thing. And then the rest of the content on the page was the same for each page. So yeah. So cool. Okay. That's good. Good. So, Aranda is a very common surname in my town here in Mexico. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I think that's Rolando's way to just ask if you're in Mexico, or at least maybe from Mexico. I don't know where you are right now. But yeah, it's saying, yep, that's right. Who knows? Maybe you guys are just down the street from each other. That'd be crazy. Small world, small internet. Okay. So, right. I guess we're going to create different components once we get into this wireframe as well too. But I think for now, well, we don't need to get too serious. Well, let's just see how this goes. So in this wireframe too, I think I want to play out. We'll put in actual things for what the menu should say in kind of what pages we should have in the sitemap or in the navigation. And we want to keep this really, really minimal here, especially if you're talking about someone who's just starting out their company. You don't want to have too many different things in the sitemap. So, in the sitemap, in the navigation. My goodness, sorry guys, I'm thinking a million things at once here. Okay, so we'll have features. I think maybe pricing. And then if we go back here, we'll kind of see what we have. Team, none of this stuff is really important, to have in the navigation. Maybe services. Yeah, actually that's probably makes more sense right here. Services. Services pricing. You might want to go with, about. And then we'll refine this as well too here as we go along, I'm sure. And then we want to do alt drag. And then this button. Oh, I wonder if we should use our style guide, because in this style guide we have stuff that's already pre-built, right? Yeah, no, I don't think we want to use the style guide, because this is kind of just really wireframey stuff. So Rolando, you're saying no pricing. It's interesting. You sent me some videos of that the West guy, and I've seen him before, and I watched quite a few of his videos because he has some really good videos, and he swears by, for service-based businesses, having pricing on there and making it a good thing to have pricing. So it's very interesting. I think that's one thing that a lot of people are split on, whether you should have pricing on your website or not. And for new businesses, I think I'm agreeing with him in that showcasing your pricing is not a bad thing, and it helps you weed out potential people that could just waste your time because they're just tire kicking or what have you when they're looking for quotes or when they're wanting to get on the sales calls or whatever. But I'm sure I could be convinced either way. But it's also something, again, this whole menu thing, this is just really low fidelity wireframing that we're doing here. And it could definitely change from site to site and whether it's going to be in the final product or not. Yes, you must put the price, but not as a link to a single, but as part of a page. Well, I guess for this one, you click on the pricing and we'll go to the pricing page for this one in the way that we're going to be constructing this template, where this template is going to have a dedicated pricing page, if that makes any sense. Okay, we'll see how we keep building this thing out. Brent, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, good evening. Oh yeah, you're 7:00 right now? So a little bit later. But how you doing? Good to see you. So Jay, when you brainstorm your targeted niche, how's the process around that one? I want to know your thoughts about this. We did do a lot of thinking about what the target niche was going to be for pixel pieces, not so much of what companies I'm going to be targeting for my agency, but more for pixel pieces. 8:30. Oh, geez. Oh, so you don't have, our clocks we skipped back. So we're on daylight savings time now. So our clocks went back an hour this week. So it's really, really annoying. I hate the fact that our clocks switch. And I know there's places in the world where you guys don't do that kind of crap, which is really, really good. And it really is a pain in the ass when we were doing a bunch of time series analysis back at the university. Anyways. So, yours went back the week before. Okay, well then that makes sense. So now we're 5 hours. Now we're 5 hours difference. Yeah, everything's doing well on my end. Absolutely. Thanks for asking. Appreciate that. So getting back to this question. So I mean, I think it really breaks down to, like, for me, with pixel pieces anyways, maybe I'll just bring this up real quick and I'll just touch base on this very, very fast here. I was kind of thinking about the types of people that I want to have use this website and to use my product. And it was also thinking about why I was even building this thing in the first place. And the big problem that I was trying to solve is for people that are in this situation like me, that are either freelancers or trying to start to get their own kind of company off the ground. And they're like a one person, maybe two people kind of agency or shop. And the idea then was, okay, I'm building this for me to help solve my problem of being able to build websites faster so I can make more money and spend less time building and more time trying to get customers. Those are the kind of people that I want to target with what it is that I'm doing. So with that being said, and that thinking of that as my audience, the people that are just starting out, people that might be even learning Webflow as well too. So again, they're just kind of building out their business and their clientele. That's my audience. And then from there, I backtrack and say, okay, what are those people looking for in terms of content? And how could I create content that could get in front of their eyeballs so they could start to know me and know who I am and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's how I got to figuring out who the niche was, or at least who I think is my niche going to be, and then figuring out what kind of content that I need to create to be able to target that niche and then eventually build my business. Now, when it's coming to this here, the agency, I haven't done too much thinking about that, to be honest. And we have talked quite a lot about this in terms of if I should focus on science-based companies that are like researchers and people that do academic research and going in that niche, because I've been around that area in academia for like 20 years now. So we were talking about that, and that made a lot of sense. But I've been going back and forth, and I guess, to be honest, we haven't really figured out what niche to kind of narrow down into in this agency. And so really, it's kind of been like, I could build websites for anybody, but I know that's not really good. I don't want to just be like, hey, I could just build websites for anybody, which is, I don't know. It's tough to say because yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to go too far into that because that's a whole nother topic of conversation. But I think once we finish making this template, I'm actually going to use part of this template to probably redo this website, because this website, it's not targeted at anybody specifically, just the generic person who's there. And I don't think it speaks to anybody at all, to be honest, which probably explains why I'm not getting any leads from it. So I'm going to use what we're going to learn about this template and then incorporate it into my service-based business and see what we can do, and maybe see if I can separate a little bit from Pixel. I don't know. There's still lots of thinking that needs to be done around here. So so really, really good question. And it's just, that's going to be something that's going to be like a work in progress. Okay, this makes sense for a SaaS company, but not for a service company, because it must be able to provide a quote. Each service is personalized to make customers feel special. It can be. I think it really, I guess it really depends on the service. And maybe what we can do, Rolando, is when we are creating our different pages, and we'll do that. I mean, we're starting that right now, creating these pages, is we can probably do it both ways, where we can have a custom pricing page, which I think some service-based businesses, even if it's not a personalized service. As an example, like I just had my accountant do my corporate taxes, and it's like, it was a flat fee, and they charge a flat fee for everyone for their corporate taxes, right? Of like whatever the price may be. So if they need a website and they want to have their accounting services, and it's like, you know what, personal tax, $200, corporate tax, $1,500, and whatever. And then, so they have those dedicated prices there. So they might want to have a pricing page. So, but we can also do the pricing where the pricing is in a call to action or in a button or whatever, right? So people are going to have different options in this template. It's, as you said, it's, 3 different variations per page or something like that, right? So that's kind of what we're going to do with this template. Okay. So, and let's just say, call to action button here. Shift A. Let's call that button. I really feel like I need to get better at Figma as well too, because it's been so long, and now I'm trying to think about how we set up like reusable components and all that kind of stuff here in this. So I feel like I should probably figure out how to do that again. Although I think I kind of remember how. Anyways, so let's do this one. Let's just do this one opposite. So let's just do black and white. And then the text white. How do we get to the text? Okay, maybe we want to make this one a little bold. All right. Then we take that. Let's just throw this in a navigation. And let's throw this here in a header. Okay. And how wide should we make this? I don't know, something like 1200. Yeah, that looks about right. So 1200 looks good. Might want to change this logo a little bit afterwards, but I think we're okay for now. Navigation, spacing. Let's do 16 times 2. Okay, that looks good. Okay, we might be missing. Is there any other page that might be suitable to have in the navigation? Like maybe a 4th one? Maybe a frequently asked questions up at the top? Maybe a contact button? Or maybe we might want to have something like blog, right? Maybe that might be important to have kind of at the top. Some things that people might look for. Okay. So we have that. Now we want to go into the hero section. Okay, so how could we say what the title and what the hero section should be with the call to action. This is your headline. Speak to your potential customer here. We'll have to come up with some really good placeholder text. But for now, again, just wireframing this up. Okay, something like this. All right. And then we're going to do, this is a subtitle, which adds a bit more to the headline. Headline that was just given above. Maybe half the size. No, that's maybe a little bit too big. Okay, and then we're going to want a call to action button. Here's where maybe we could make like variants here. Let's try, or a component. Oops. What just happened? Undo that. I want to copy this, get it out of there. Move yourself up here. And so if we want to make this into a component, there's a way to do this. How is it? Oh, the buttons are down here now. Actions. No. How do you make something into a component? It was up here somewhere before, and then I changed the layout. Oh, here we go. Frame. I think this is it. Create component. All right. So we have that as a component, but I need to create a variant of this. Now there was a plus button. Now it's up here. Add variant. Okay, there we go. So, but this variant, I think we just basically want to make it bigger, right? So let's take a look at the text and, I don't know, make it bigger like that, something like that. And then we'll just call this, big. And maybe we'll just call this standard. Actually, we should probably call this, instead of property, we'll just call it size. Okay. And so if we go in here, can we just add, no, that's not what we wanted to do. Assets. And I guess if I just start typing in button, yes. Insert that instance. Where did it go? Go to file. We want to put it actually in here. And delete that. And actually what would be really good is to be able to have the text be like updatable, right? So I think, do we have to go here? And I think there's a button right here. We can, text, create that as a property. And I think that means it's a property here too. So if we go back to here, we can have update the text here. Okay, awesome. All right. So, but in this thing, so we want to add a button. Is there a button to bring up the asset panel to search? Oh, Control F, right. It's Control E for Figma, for Webflow. So find button. Oh, that's just find. I don't want to actually just find it. I want to actually put it. What's the quick find? The quick find variant. That's not that word. What's the word? Like there's quick find in Webflow, but what is the similar thing in Figma? There's got to be some way to bring up like some kind of menu. Do you know what I mean? Am I making any sense? Like here I go in the assets, like I start typing this in. So like how can I bring up this search bar that I'll search for the assets and I could just hit enter and insert this variant wherever I want to. That's what I want to be able to do. And I'd love to be able to do that with a shortcut key. That'd be really nice. Okay, so we're going to put this here. And all this here, we're going to shift A to put that in the layout. And we're going to call this, we'll just call it, yeah, we'll call it hero for now. And let's definitely lower this. Maybe, yeah, let's try it 32. And this button will make it big. And because what we need is we need an image placeholder. And what is going to be the best way to do that, to put an image placeholder? There's probably, okay, how do we search for actions? Oh, maybe actions, if I do button, oh, but if I go into assets, I could start typing it here. Right. What's the shortcut key to bring this? Control K, all right, Control K. And now if I go to like Unsplash, I could look at this and I could see if I can find like a placeholder. No good like placeholder type image. Yeah. Maybe something, I don't know. Anyways, I'm just spitballing something here, guys. Normally I just do, you know, that image thing that just has like the two lines kind of like as a placeholder. Maybe I should just create something like that. Because I don't feel comfortable putting in an image there because then it feels almost as if like it's not a wireframe anymore, almost. Do you know what I mean? So even just this is fine, actually. Let's just even keep it super simple. Although let's change the color a little bit. The background color. Just a slight hint of blue would be nice. Okay. Actually, I want to write down here before I forget all the different sections that we should have on this page. So obviously we want the hero. And we're going to want to show, I think we'll maybe kind of go in order of what we want next. I think below we'll have like a problem statement as to outlining what the problem that your service is trying to solve. And then from there, if we're outlining the problem, and then we can go into like the solution. And then do we do features after that, or what do we do after that? So you have the header, then you have the problems, then you have the solution. I mean, then you can go to testimonials. If you go to testimonials, but I think even maybe before we go to testimonials, we can even kind of just go the benefits of why you want to work with this company, and then you could talk about the how. So you have the why, but then like how it works. And then you can go into testimonials for all the people. And then another call to action. There's could be lots of call to actions. And then this, Rolando, maybe we can discuss about this, but maybe then you can have pricing as well. If it's all going to be on one page, maybe that's a good place of where you might want that to go. And there could be multiple call to actions across here as well too. And then the call to actions under each pricing point as well, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so I think that's kind of what we want here on the home page. Let me just make that a little bit bigger so we can kind of just keep that in the forefront. Yeah, so I really feel like I would love to find a way how I could draw this out. Or maybe I know there's like UI kits that you can buy that have different components that you can kind of drag and drop. That's okay. We'll just keep going with this. This isn't too bad. Or if any of you guys think that there's an easier way to put together a wireframe like this, please do let me know. All right. So we have our hero section. And this, I won't even say button, but this could be like very specific call to action like area. Like this could be a button, and it could be like a contact form or email, like subscribe, not contact form. Something like that. Or submit your email to get started, whatever, right? It could be a bunch of different things, but that's the main call to action. Whoops. Drop a free wireframe kit as lead magnet for pixel pieces and run ads to that. That would be really cool. I was actually thinking about something like that this morning. It wasn't for a free like a wireframe kit, although that would be kind of cool. I'll have to create one, obviously. Yeah, in order to sell, because I'll need to make one. But that's cool. So I'm just writing this down. But what I was thinking actually this morning was to, again, as like a lead magnet for, yeah, I guess it would be for pixel pieces, for sure for pixel pieces, is I wanted to create, because I was going over all my quick videos and tutorials and just seeing how those were performing this morning. And I wanted to make a really handy and a nice looking PDF for all the shortcut keys for Webflow. And then maybe being a little bit more descriptive as to what they do, and then having those shortcut keys and just a really nice, pretty looking document. And just like you can print out and like frame it. Well, I don't know why you want to frame it, put it in your wall, but just making it look really, really nice. So that maybe if you did want to frame it, you could. I don't know. But just to have something really nice and then use that as a lead magnet to bring people into, like, you know, they'll just imagine someone just like, oh, I really like this shortcut key kit. I'm just going to print it out and have it on my desk. And then it just has like my logo or the website on there, right? So I was thinking of doing something like that. But I like that idea, just like offering different things, you know, for free. Don't say that to Rolando though, because he's going to make me charge for it. Because I can't be giving away stuff for free because I'll never make any money. So, but yeah, so that's really good. I really like that. Yeah. Yeah, do a bundle for both. Great offer. Yeah, why not? Why not? But UI kits, I feel like, I mean, I don't know, like, are there a lot of UI kits? So let's go to UI 8. And let's just look at like a wireframe kit. Yeah, like something like this, eh? And this is already lunacy. What the hell is that? Can I see like a preview? Let me see like a demo. Okay, that's not very good. Preview. This isn't even that great either. This is just, yeah, bah, no, there might be more stuff to this. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Let's go back. Oh, mobile apps. It's not really a mobile app, so let's just. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it just has images. It still has, this is kind of, there's not much difference. This is actually has actual just like text and buttons, and there's nothing fancy to this kit at all. It's $12. I mean, this is basically like a low-ish, just slightly lower version of like components, basically. Like, yeah, yeah, interesting. So I think like this, instead of doing like a kit, but anyways, I don't know if there's a difference to like a UI kit versus the style guide here, where we have all the different things here, right? Because these are already built. Why am I not using this? Maybe this is something I need to think about. But these, I guess, are all the things for the components. So, and I don't know, what do we have for navigation? And we have stuff for navigation. Yeah, why am I redoing this stuff, guys? I should maybe just be using this. Now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, God. Okay. Check the Figma community to see what they have in there. Where is the Figma community? Do I just... Where is it? Where is this community? I'll have to take a look. Yeah. By the way, it's true. I'm a dirty capitalist pig. Hey, me too. I think it's just the whole ideas of like, what's the best way to get to the point where we're getting the millions. And I think I have click the homepage. I think I guess maybe my mindset is more of the, don't be afraid to give, because when you keep giving to people, there'll be a point too where they feel like they want to return because they've gotten so much from you, and they're like, okay, I'm going to buy your book or buy your product because you've given me so much. And I think that's kind of the mindset that I have, and maybe that's just because of all the Gary Vee and the stuff that I've listening to over the years. Explore community. But at the same time, you're 100% right. It's like, you can't be afraid to make money and all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, so wireframe. So are we getting totally carried away here? This is going to take like a long. We're going to be here all night. So this is probably stuff for free, but I guess what we want to do is just kind of look at this and see. It's got icon packs. So I guess I could just open this in Figma. Let's see what happens. Yeah, click the home in your Figma app. Yeah, you can browse through resources. Yeah. Thought I knew about this. No, I don't know. Yeah. No, I didn't. Well, I just didn't think about it. I know that they have like, community of the people having all kinds of stuff, but all right. So let's take a look at this guy. Welcome. Let's see what's on the welcome page. This looks like it's a blank page. It's just maybe okay, change log. Getting started. Yeah, they got components there. Break components to detach an instance. Resources. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, it's got colors, spacing. Okay, headings. I can see the head. Well, I got the headings here. I got the body. Ooh, that's not bad. Got grid styles. Not bad. All right, so section. Headers. Oh, all kinds of headers here. Vertical, mobile. Okay. Footers. Content sections. Interesting. Examples. So then you can kind of create a whole landing page using the components. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. It's interesting. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. This is interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, a lot of designers, including me, use untitled UI a lot. Is that what, is that this one that I'm looking at right now? Or maybe I can go back and see. Untitled UI, this one right here. Well, this is a paid one. Oh, this looks, yeah, this sounds very, very familiar. Hang on. I think I'm getting a little bit distracted here, but right. Right, what's their pricing? $129, eh? Whew, that's not cheap. But for what you get, it's pretty good. Config. And it's really just a UI kit, in Figma. So Figma variables, dark mode, component properties. Interesting. Use on projects. It's got icons included. That's interesting. Yeah. All right. I don't want to get distracted because now I'm thinking about like UI kits and can I build something like that out, you know, from the style guide or whatever, because this thing needs a whole lot of work. This is really rudimentary. This is like version 0.01 kind of thing. But yeah, anyways, I think because for me, it's always been not wanting to be, like when I've designed stuff, it's always been using my pen and paper, kind of thinking blank canvas, blank slate of how I could go ahead and build things. But that being said too, you want to be sure to always keep in mind what people's expectations are when they're visiting a specific type of website. And then knowing, of course, as a designer, when is a good time to break the rules of design or bend them, or when to, you know, basically adhere to them, right? In terms of people expecting, you know, the navigation to be at the top and the logo on the, you know, the top left corner and the navigation on the right. You know, there's all those kinds of things that, you know, all the things that you consider anyways when you're designing. So anyways, all right. So all that being said, I wonder if I should, I know Sam, I remember seeing your design kit too. And I really liked what you had going on in that yours was, I think it was basically black and white. And that was really, really good. And, you know, I know Reloom, I think is black and white too. And I know mine is kind of blue. And I kind of like the whole idea that things are more black and white, which makes it look more like a wireframe and more like, hey, this is really up for you to go ahead and take the reins and design from it. So, but then again, I kind of wanted a way to differentiate a little bit myself from other people. So anyways, what is that? Fly? What is that going by? Yeah, absolutely. Distracted. Yeah. So yeah, I get distracted very easily. Black and white removes the urge to add a bunch of styles. Yeah, no, that's really true. And then you're just staying focused on the content and what needs to be there as opposed to what it should look like. Yes, distracted. All right, stop buzzing around. All right, here we go. So back to the problem statement. Yeah, and see, in this one too, there's lots of different ways that we could outline this problem statement. But I think what we want to do is, well, hang on a second. Let's do this one. Let's just go here, hero image, and And I want to take this one and then actually we'll just name this hero. I don't know, just hero content. And then Shift A, and then this is just hero section. We'll call it the hero section. Okay, that looks good. All right, something like that. Put that header on the top. And let's go and create our problem statement. I don't know if that's the right wording, but all right, well, that's okay. What size is this text? This is 48. So let's go back down to here. Oop. It's a problem statement that your customers have. Something like that. And we'll center, yeah, we want that, but we want to center the text here. 48. I think this should be slightly smaller than what the headline is. So let's put it down to 48. Yeah, we could have different layouts for this one. And maybe, do we have like 3 points? Like 3 specific problems. And then with icons, and then we can have the solution down below. One of the things that I always find a little bit tricky to do with this anyways, because we don't have a specific like client in mind, we're trying to be generic here, is that we don't have the actual content. And so it's a little bit tricky to kind of flesh out what it should be, you know, like, is this a company that, you know, they're like, you know, is this a lawn care, yard care company? You know, the problem is, you know, lawn is always overgrowing. It's not looking as nice as my neighbor's lawn. And I just want, you know, my kids don't have a place to play that doesn't have, you know, those picky weeds on them that they're always getting hurt on. You know, I'm trying to sell my house. I don't have the right curb appeal. Like, there's just a few different, there's lots of, and if it's like a chiropractor, you know, well, I guess, I mean, it's the same kind of thing. You just have kind of the 3 different statements. I can suggest first you design 3 headers, then move on to the 3 heroes. And so you can create us in a sectional manner. I hear what you're saying. I feel like the way that I'd like to do my workflow is to just kind of get an overall feel for the site as a whole, and then kind of work on the different elements within the whole, so that I could play around with how the different sections are going to interact with each other, you know, because when I think of a website, yes, you can have different components and different ways that they can fit together, but I think certain types of sections fit better with other types of content. So, you know, with certain types of content. So, I think that's just, again, I don't think there's any right or wrong way, but that's just how I like to think about how I want to design things. Leo, how's it going? Welcome. How you doing today? How was your weekend? I am doing well. I'm not like Kevin. I think Kevin might be stressing out a little bit about the election that's going on in America tomorrow. But yeah, other than that, Doing well. Okay. So, and I feel like maybe a little bit to your point, Rolando, is I think a lot of these sections too are going to be very similar in that, we're going to basically have like icons and text to kind of identify those sections, and they might just kind of actually look, because we don't have content, we might just make them really, really generic. So no, I'm not designing. Well, I mean, we're still doing the layouts. We're still doing the wireframing. And part of that is still thinking about how even each section is going to fit with one another, right? So yeah, you're right. It's not like design per se, but we're still like certain layouts, even though you're still wireframing, it's still, you have to think about how things are going to look like when it's on a page. At least that's how I think about things anyways. Yeah. So I don't think I really am explaining it very well. So let me try it. Let me think about this here for a second. Like if we're going to have a section that is just going to be really, really busy. Well, yeah. So say I'm going to design a section here, and I figure like, you know what, this is going to need to have like 6 different pieces to it or whatever, and it's going to be kind of busy and complicated. If I go ahead and I've already designed 3 different headers that don't really fit with that type of section, then I'm going to have to go back and be like, that header doesn't really kind of fit with what I'm having here. So I'm kind of thinking about how this whole page and making sure that all the sections within this page are going to fit well together and not feel as if they were just all thrown together. So if that does that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to feel as if, well, I think this is probably going to be maybe impossible to do, but I just don't want to feel as if I'm just throwing together different pieces in this template that could just be, I guess maybe I'm thinking too much about it. And so maybe you're just right, because I mean, generally that's kind of what it is. It is different pieces that can get thrown together. So, I mean, I guess that is what a website is. So I don't know, maybe, yeah, I think maybe I'm thinking too far ahead, because I'm thinking, well, if you're designing things, that it flows, but there's other things you can do in the design that, yeah, are completely independent of the wireframe. So no, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this is my designer brain. I think that needs to get shut off sometimes when I'm doing these wireframes or when I'm thinking about the wireframe aspect of it. Okay. So all that being said, okay, I have an idea. So let me just finish this first here. And let's continue on with the rectangles. And let's make this a nice square. Maybe 150. Keep it consistent. And for our fill, let's use this fill. And then we'll go in here and say, here is some text that describes a specific problem that a customer can relate to. In my view, the index page should tell a story based on the proposed solution to a client's problem. 100%. Yeah, absolutely. I think you're spot on with that one, where you land on a client or prospective client lands on a page, and it's like that headline is like, get more clients, right? There's something like this, it's just like, get more clients. Like, yeah, I need more clients. And then it's like the little subtitles, like, we blah, 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 work with you to blah, 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 get more clients. And then you scroll down. It's like, does this sound familiar to you? Working month to month, not knowing if I'm going to be able to put food on the table, don't have a consistent stream of clients coming through the door. It's always hit or miss, and then it's like having problems with sales calls, whatever the case may be. You're telling kind of that story and then of the problem. And you're like, yes, this is a horrible problem. And then it's like, okay, here's the solution. Well, the reason why you're not getting clients is because of ABC or whatever the case may be. And then you talk about what it would look like if you don't have this problem anymore. And then you showcase like how you're going to do that work for them. And then you just get into other people that have had success with them. You show the social proof. And then it's like, okay, well, do you want this to be you? Get started or whatever. So yeah, you're telling your storytelling basically. Yeah, 100%. It's just getting good at telling that story, right? And that's what I would really like. At the end of the day, this template that we're going to be building is not going to be one that's going to win all the best design awards or anything like that. But I want it to look clean and professional, and I want it to be something that a person could use to understand how they can tell the story of their business so that it could help them get more work and do better. Like it's more, I would like it to be more than just that website, right? So, yeah. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for, anyways. Leo, hello again. How's it going? I just finished watching the broadcast in a while. I'm gonna take a nap. See you tomorrow. What broadcast were you watching? But anyways, yeah. Have a nap. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow. And thanks for the tips as well too. I always love it. You're always getting me thinking. So very much appreciated. Thank you. But have a good nap and get back to it. Like no more than 60 minutes, and then get back to work. Okay. Anyways, but that's my goal with this template. And I don't know if we could write it in a way too where the text in the template itself is its own like sales tool in a sense for like why you need this template. Like, so I think that would be really cool if we can get really meta like that. So like we're not just like any other Lorem Ipsum template. It's like, hey, this is how you can take this template to really like create really good content for your specific business and make a site that's actually going to not only look good, but actually start performing well for you. So anyways, Leo, I am doing very well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How are you doing? Don't forget the collection of service areas. That will help you better position your services website. Yeah, that's going to be, we're going to be, once we start actually going into Webflow and actually building up the collections and all that kind of stuff, we're certainly going to put that down. And I am writing this down right now so I don't forget. Because I probably will at some point. Well, I mean, I'm writing it down, but I know you won't let me forget too, which is really nice. But I'll definitely write it down as well. My notes are all over the place. I got to figure out how to take better notes. I should probably maybe organize my notes into themes in different sections. So then I could kind of search for them as opposed to searching by date. Because then it's like, I don't remember what date I was talking about, such and such. Anyways, service areas, right. Service areas. No, Notion. What is this Notion? I got all the Notion I need right here. This is my book. Right. Yeah, we'll get on the Notion train. I hope, or we'll try to. Again, I feel like Notion. I know. I'm sure I said this before, but it feels like one of those applications that gives you enough rope for you to just hang yourself with, right? In the fact that it is so open and that it is so customizable that you can get into it. You're just like, okay, well, nope, this is not going to work for me. Anyways, we'll chat about it. We'll chat about it, in person too, or virtually and whatever, and then we'll get going on it. I'm doing well. I'm going to start a new YouTube channel. Cool. What's wrong with your old one though, by the way? And upload videos. Well, yeah, I guess that would be the point of a YouTube channel. Yeah. Well, anyways, let me know when you're ready to go and launch. I'll have a look. And what's going to be your topic? Do you have a specific theme in mind? Notion, better the bullet journal. Yeah. We're going to have everybody with different opinions on what journals and whatever note taking is the best. If I could do polls, it'd be kind of neat, and I could do a poll seeing like what everyone likes the best. But then again, my polls might be biased in terms of what things I would actually put on there. Okay, this doesn't look like 16 font. Maybe it's because I'm zoomed in a little bit too small here. Okay, so this guy, let's. I want it to be specific width. So let's say 300, something like that. Let's bring the font up a little bit. Actually, not 16, maybe to 18. All right. And actually, let's put a title. Problem number 1. And put that to 24. And then we'll call this just icon or icon/image placeholder. And Shift A. All right. So problem. I don't like that spacing here, and I feel like you can't adjust the spacing per individual one. Commentary and reaction videos. Okay. All right. Commentary and reactions to what? I guess if you wanted to do something that has potential to be popular, is looking into like controversial topics. But I don't know how healthy that is to be constantly talking about controversial stuff or whatever, right? But I mean, I think it's the way to get views, that's for sure. Bullet journal isn't used for connecting thoughts and databases or viewing the same info in different formats. No, that is true. That is true. I don't think anyone could argue with that. Unless you can find out a way how to, I don't know how you do that. Why don't you multi-stream to Switch and other platforms? That is a good question. I think the primary answer to that is honestly that I haven't spent the time to try to figure out how to do it, to be 100% honest. So I know there's some stuff that's built in now, I think, to OBS to be able to do that. And I think what I would like to do is probably stream to Twitch and Rumble, I guess would be the other one that I want to stream to. And I guess you could do vertical streaming on other platforms, but I don't even know how that would work, to be honest. Yeah, I just haven't spent the time to figure it out. That's like the honest answer to that. And I think that's one of the things that I need to do is I need to do better managing my time and maybe consolidating more of my efforts onto the things that I know are going to be the most beneficial. And that's, the stream. So maybe figuring out how to live stream on multiple places would be good. The podcast that's starting up. This weekend, I just ordered a shit ton of equipment. So I'm super pumped. It's going forward 100%. We're doing this podcast. So that's happening. So that's really exciting. So focus on the podcast and making a bunch of content with that. And then focusing on making YouTube videos to help promote the business and get people onto Pixel Pieces. And I guess the fourth thing too would be, what's the fourth thing? Just continually improving the Pixel Pieces in the product. So yeah. So I do need to figure it out, but I've got to figure it out. I got a list of a million things to do. I need to figure it out though. Sam, please don't throw any more shiny objects at Odom. Let him consolidate in a medium first, then we'll get him into. No, wait. So you say OnlyFans? Start an OnlyFans account? Oh no. Or maybe I'm just trying to think if OS stands for something else that might not be OnlyFans in terms of streaming. Maybe is that like, I don't know. Anyways. Brian's like, what's going on? Commentary is not automatically negative, and I watch a lot of reactions to commentary videos, so it would not make a lot of difference. Yeah, I mean, if you already watch a lot of them, that's great because you know kind of like what's interesting, and if other people are watching them too, you know what's interesting. And yeah, no, I do agree with you that it doesn't have to be negative at all, for sure. So even if it's just like positive stuff, or like you're reacting to something that you love, like if it's, like Star Wars or Marvel, I mean, maybe that's a bad example because they're making crap stuff now, but, yeah, just, yeah, I think you want something, and then you're not having to fish so much for content, right? Like as an example for me, I have to, if I want to do a tutorial on something, I have to write the tutorial, all that kind of stuff. So it takes maybe a lot more time and effort and planning into making a video. Whereas if you're reacting to a video, then it's, you just kind of talk as it's going on. The reaction videos that I have watched that I find are really cool, but maybe it's because I'm really interested in music and learning how to sing and all that kind of stuff. I watch these like vocal coaches that are reacting to songs that I like and then hearing what they have to say, and they just watch the video and they stop and start and then they talk about what they see. So, and that's really cool. That's totally positive as well too. So yeah, 100%. Leo has a good idea. The most successful channels are those that encourage voyeurism. The most successful? I mean, I guess I haven't really spent any time thinking about that, but that is interesting. But yeah, definitely a good idea to do that kind of stuff. So, so that's cool. So I like it. But yeah, let me know how it goes. Again, let me know when you release your first video or when you start your channel. Shift A. We're gonna call this. This is the. I'll just call this problems, I guess, and we want to lay this out horizontally, but I think something like this, 1200. Perfect. So here we have our little problem section. So let's Shift A that into our problem section. I think we want to go 16 times 4, 64. I think maybe we're also going to throw in, oops, what did I press? I went into dev mode. What did I just do? Okay, how do I get out of dev mode? Do I click this X? Or am I out of it now? No, I'm still in dev mode. Oh, here we go. This button right here at the bottom. Okay, there we go. I thought I hit control. Oh, right. What is there? Where's the text? Just type in T. No. Okay. This is a sub heading to the main section heading. I'll just throw that in there like this. Again, not every page is going to have this, but I want to throw it in here anyways. And we're going to go Shift A for this guy, and we're going to throw this into a section. Yeah, section heading. And this is probably something that we should probably throw into a component as well. Probably. Yeah, sorry, green. Yeah, I just saw the green toggle at the bottom. It's funny. I'm still not used to having this menu thing all the way at the bottom in Figma. I just want to do that because I like watching stuff and I like YouTube drama and I like reacting, giving my opinion and rating. Yeah, absolutely. Well, the reason why I said kind of negative, because YouTube drama is generally speaking more on the negative side than on the positive side, right? Because drama, like, isn't that by definition some type of conflict there? So you never have drama where two people are just sitting down, just talking nicely to each other. There's no such drama there. But anyways, yeah. But yeah, do what you like, do what you're passionate about, and keep plugging away. You never know what happened. Before you know it, you might be doing a live stream and you might be at 450 episodes or something like that. I keep thinking of the live stream and like where I want to go and how long I'm going to keep doing this for. And I keep thinking of what a lot of people say, you know, where they're doing a thing for so long and then they think about, oh, well, you know, it's not getting the traction that they want, or it's not going as big as they want it to go. And, you know, thinking of maybe stopping or trying something else or whatever. And I always think of those people that were saying, you know, I did my business for like 4 years. It wasn't making any money. And then all of a sudden it started, you know, you get past that hockey growth curve in whatever it is you're doing. And, you know, that's just what I feel like in terms of what I'm doing here on this live stream and doing this every day, is that, you know, keep plugging away, keep having fun doing it. And, you know, we'll get to the point where obviously you know, slowly but surely, you know, we're getting more and more subscribers and all that kind of stuff. But we're going to get more and more, there's like more and more people like you guys here, you know, you guys are coming back and you're engaging and you're having discussions with me. It's really cool and it's really amazing. And, you know, slowly but surely it's going to get there and it's going to build. And it's to keep plugging away and to not get discouraged, even if things aren't going as well as you'd want them to go or whatever, but you keep plugging away, you'll get there. And, you know, who's to know how big this stream is going to be or how big we'll get once we get to, you know, stream number 1,000 or whatever the case may be. Right. So anyways, yeah, we no quit, just keep going and, but keep having fun at the end of the day. And I guess, Leo, that would be just my advice to you in your videos, is just make sure that when you're doing it, that you're having fun doing what you're doing and you don't feel as if you need to sit down at your computer and you want to hit that record button or whatever. And you're just like, oh, I don't want to do this, or I don't like doing this or whatever. Because I think people are going to eventually, like, they'll pick up on that, right? In terms of the attitude or whatever it is, you know, the demeanor and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of comes through. So at least I think it does anyways, especially if you're, you know, I don't know, like, I don't know, like on a live stream, I guess, I don't know. Hard to hide things, I would imagine. Okay. All that being said, where do we go from here? Okay. So we got a problem statement. And the thing is too, yeah, a lot of these problem statements and benefits and solutions, they're basically, I could almost say, like, if we just go, where do we want to go? If I go back to Pixel Pieces, let me log in here. Oh, hello. Did I press the button? What the hell's going on here? Is my site broken? Oh, weird. Right. And if I go to layout sections, like there's all these, especially if I want to do something like a 3-column section. Why do these things show up when it's 3-column? I have to fix that. Yeah, there's all these different things that we can do for these. Yeah, this is good. Who built this thing? I'm going to have to use this. Anyways, yeah, there's lots of different ways that we can have these sections. I think we could do a few more things to get a little bit more variety as well too. But I like this anyways. Okay, anyways, all that being said, this is the problem statement. And now we want to get into the solution statement. Okay. So, yeah, we're not going to worry so much about building components now. Let's just think about wireframing this from a perspective of building a website for a customer that has a service-based business. I wonder if it would even be beneficial to think about specifically what their service is, like an accountant. I was a YouTuber, once, and I forced myself, and I got to 162 subs and just didn't upload anymore, even though my video started getting over 1.5 views on average. I think a lot of people suffer a lot from that. Like, yeah, they're getting the subs and yeah, you're getting the views, but I think they very quickly run into, like, either it's burnout or not having as much fun as they thought they were going to be, or whatever the case may be, right? So, and you don't upload anymore. Like, why did you quit? Like, why did you stop, right? So I think it could be from, like you're saying here, I'm going to do what I like now and not force myself to do too much. Yeah. So I think you just got into the point where you were doing something that you just didn't enjoy, or your heart really wasn't into it. And I think that's why a lot of people that are YouTubers, you know, like after 5 years, 10 years, and they're super successful, super popular, you're like, oh my goodness, I'd love to be in your position. But then they're like, I'm done, or they move on to something else. And I could totally see that, because maybe you could be making tons of money or whatever, but you know, a lot of YouTubers, it started off as like, hey, I'm just going to like make stupid videos of me playing guitar or whatever. And you just did it because it was fun. And then it ended up being a business, which is all fine and dandy. But then after 10 years or whatever, you're just like, I need to do something else with my life. And you just kind of want to move on and do something else. So you can totally see that. Anyways, geez, come on, let's get back into this. All right. So problem statement, and now we're going to move on to, I guess, the solutions. So whatever you have problems, we have solutions. Yeah. That will work for you. Right. So, and I think what we can do, let's make this the same. Yeah. See, this is where this should be like an H2. I should have the right typography and all that kind of stuff set. I should definitely probably do that, but maybe I will after the fact. Ugh, that's a terrible thing to say. I should probably be doing it during. Okay. Line up there. Uh, 600. Thank you. There we go. And I want to paste this thing here. Subheading to the solutions heading. Left align the text. Yeah, I think we need to make some section headings and put those into components. I think that'll make the most sense. And yeah, I think for this one, actually, no, I don't want this to be a subheading. I think for this one, we'll maybe put some more, like we'll put some text. Like, it'll be a string of text, and then we'll have the image on the right. And this could also be bullet points as well, too. Again, it is dependent on the content that we want to have. And I guess this is where the different variants are going to come into play. Right. Got to think about that as well, too. Yeah, let's do text. Is there a way in here in Figma that generates placeholder text? Is there like Ipsum generator? Text. Let's type in Ipsum. Not there. Oh, it's like a plugin. Yeah. Oh, always plugins. Leo, sorry, I'm going to go now. I'm going to draw my, is it Anya's? I'm not sure what that is, but anyways, and watch something else now. Have fun and see you soon. Yeah, absolutely. Have a good one, man. And keep plugging away on your YouTube. And let me know when you get started. It's free, though, and easy to add. Yeah, I should probably add it in because I was just going to go type it in now. But if we go, I think we just go into plugins. And yeah, here it is here probably. So let's just run it. Select a layer to generate your right placeholder text or images. Okay, select a layer to generate either placeholder text. Okay, so here's the layer. Sentences, let's say. Ooh, what else can it do? Pizza. Oh, we definitely want pizza. And auto close. Let's just go 3 sentences, I guess. Let's see what happens. Is it going to generate? Oh, that doesn't generate. Oh, I thought it was going to be maybe more pizza stuff. Okay, let's just go classic. Oh, like it's an avatar character? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Do you do like lots of digital art? That's pretty cool. That's some really cool stuff. All right. This is fine. Let's leave this like this for now. Right here. Oh, I'm totally on the wrong layer. I need to be in this layer. Right here. There we go. Okay. Height should just be auto. Can we put the height to auto? Is it this button? There we go. Okay. Maybe a little bit longer, actually. And let's just duplicate this hero image. Oh, here it is. It's up here. Maybe, Shift A. Right here. Let's go. And this is just a solution. We'll call it that. And then we'll just Shift A. Call this solutions section. And then we'll align it like so. And I think what we'll do is we'll just copy this one and we'll just switch these out like this. Yeah, I think that will work nicely. And then for benefits, should we do this one in like a 3 I feel like we've already done in this variant anyways. We have like a 3 problems section. Actually, I should just change these to problem 1, 2, 3. I wonder if we should. Yeah, I'd like to do something a little bit different in style. This is just for like the benefits, because we can always have another like generic 3-column thing outlining the different benefits, which would be fine, but it'd be nice to do it in a slightly more unique way. I'm trying to think of how we could frame that up. Or maybe we can do it very similar to how we've done this, is to just say like, here's the benefits from this company, and then just have like 1, 2, 3 kind of on the side. Yeah, actually, yeah, something like that will work. So if we go here, let me copy this here. Let's go to this frame here. Let's widen that out a little bit. Let's try. Here are the benefits that you get when you work like with us. I mean, you could, this is where we can get creative as well too, is where we can have like 1, 2, 3. And then when you click on them, there's a different image or different content on the sidebar. So basically almost like a tab, if you will. That's kind of what I'm thinking. You know, and it could alternate. You can have some animations. Yeah. So the users can kind of interact a little bit with this element. So I kind of like that. So let's see how we can build this out. I think what we would want to have is likely something like this here. Where's this guy? An image or icon placeholder. Let's copy that. Bring you down here. Shrink you quite a bit. Let's go 64. 64, all right. Let's throw in some text here. Benefit number 1. And be 24. And then another little text. This is a quick description of this benefit. Bring that down to 16. Put it there. And then we're going to grab one of these images again. Wonder what height we should put it. Maybe something like this. We'll see. We want it to be the same height as what these 3 benefits here are going to be. Okay, so let's put this together here. Shift A. This is a benefit. We'll just call it tab. Distance between, let's put it maybe at 8. Yeah, and then this guy, need this a little bit bigger. 16 times maybe 5, 80. Yeah, that looks nice. This here actually looks a little bit I don't know what the spacing is. We're not designing that much here, but still want it to look good. Benefit, yeah. That looks good. And then we'll just go here. No, not group. Undo. And we'll go Shift A. Actually, this should be called benefit tab. And this here, benefit title. Okay, this is an image. This is going to be benefit image or text placeholder. Probably text, actually. Because if we're basically going to be going something like this, and this thing should kind of fit it. Yeah, like a line. Yeah, something. Yeah, okay. Oop. So we're at 326. Okay. Benefit 2. Benefit 3. Can I put text inside here? Doesn't look like it. Let's just go this placeholder for the benefits. It's tabs. Actually, I don't want to maybe put that in there because maybe they may or may not be tabs. It depends on the content. Because this could just be a really, like, again, imagine it's a landscaping business and you just see like a really well manicured lawn or whatever the case may be, and then it just shows you, this just talks about what those benefits are. So this benefit, so maybe I'll just put, this can be either a tab, like a tab section, or just a simple description of the benefit of each benefit with an image on the side, something like that. And I think what we want to do is extend this guy. Like this, 450. Maybe make that 100. That looks a little bit better. It's the distance between here. Times 1.5. What is that? 24. Yeah, 24 looks good. Yeah, that looks good. Let's delete that one. Delete that one. You can go down a little bit. Paste and paste. Oop. Alt drag. Alt drag. Shift A. There we go. Let's call this benefits. No, a little more spacing. Shift A. I don't even know what to call things anymore right now, but this, I think this works. Benefits container. And go like that. And this needs to be 1200. Right, something like that. Benefits container. Okay, and I guess we'll just shift this into the groups, a group, and on a frame, and say benefit section. But this one here, or this here, I guess we don't want it to fill. I want it to be specific size, right? Maybe put it at 600 like that. That's not bad. And spacing about 60. 3 REMs. Okay. So there we have our benefits section. Yeah, I'm not feeling these two things here, so I might have to play around with this. Definitely might have to play around with that. Okay. And how it works, this section is pretty straightforward. I think this is where we're probably actually going to kind of copy this problem section. Let's bring it down here below the solution section, and we can have a step-by-step process to get you the results you deserve. All right. And I think just do something basically like this. And you can think of all the different ways that you can design this, whether you have arrows flowing from one side, or if you want to really decorate it, if it's like a more of a fun business, like think of like a pet store, or you're taking care of pets or whatever. You want to have like paw prints over like a path that are following your different steps. All kinds of different ways that you can take this design-wise anyways, right? But now we're just really laying out the architecture of where the information is going to go. The steps describes, I should say, maybe here's the text that describes what it will be like for you and the client to work together. And maybe we'll make this icon a little bit smaller. Okay, delete. Then we'll call this step. I guess we can just call it step 1. Okay, that's weird. What is going on? That was weird. I don't know if that was copied over well or not. Okay, step 1. Step 2. And step 3. Actually, we have an issue because I think this text here, we need to make it a specific size. And it's going to fill, so we don't want it to fill. We want it to be fixed. And we're going to fix it at maybe 300. 300 looks good. 300, you're fixed. And you too. Okay. That looks pretty good. Testimonials. I think I like my testimonials, or what I would like to do for this template is I would like to have them in groups of 3. I still think that we should stick with that. I know there's lots of groups of 3 on here, but there's a reason why it kind of works. Yeah, I think it just kind of works. So, but how do we lay this out? Just trying to think of where we put the icon, like the image. I think we should put the image of the person first, and then we put like their name and title, and then the actual quote. So again, let's duplicate this here. And bring that down. What people have to say about us. I think we can delete that. We just want to do something very simple. Can actually delete that there. I forgot. This is not a problem. This is the steps section. So here we're going to have, first and last name. That's a pretty bad. Mr. John Smith. I don't know why that's always the default, but hey, there we go. And we are going to give him a job title. Important job title, of course. Important job title. Okay, so that's 24. We're going to take this down to 16, which is, that's 18. Why is this 18? This is 16. And that's 24. Font size is this. That's 18 as well. I'm not consistent with my font sizing. And this here is 16. I do need to get consistent with my font sizing. There's lots of little cleanup stuff that we're going to do with that. Okay. For now, I guess. What did I press? Go to 18. Oops. And then here, this font actually, when I bought it, I don't think I have an italicized version of this font. So let's maybe get something else that we can put that I do have italics on. Maybe this one. Ugh, it doesn't look good. Those fonts don't work well together. Okay, maybe for now, let's just not worry about that. Yeah, let's not worry about that. That's design. Or typography. So, yeah. Okay. So this is testimonial. And then this is the author. Icon above, then the author, and then the actual testimonial itself. Okay. do want to just do a little change the font just a little bit, just to kind of see. Okay, not bad. What if it's 4, but what if it's 0? That might be a little bit too less. Okay. Oop. And this icon does not need to be that big. I mean, we could do a 64 by 64, kind of like your standard avatar, gravatar size. Yeah. Looks good. Okay, why when I put these in, it goes all weird like this? Oh, maybe these guys don't have a... Oh, that's weird. Oh, it doesn't have a width set for it. That's probably why. Okay. That takes us through our testimonial. And then we'll go to the pricing, and then, yeah, I guess obviously the call to action, which we should probably, you might want to have another one here too, but maybe another call to action could be on the footer as well too, but we'll see how it's going. Stoyan, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. What's going on? Not too much. We are just working away, just kind of wireframing out our template for our, well, for a generic service-based business is what we're looking to do. Oh, jeez. How you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Okay. What people have to say about us? Right. Yeah, and we could have a button here that says, go read more testimonials or whatever. Yeah, maybe it does. Maybe we should have that. Let's put in. I totally forgot what the keyframe or what the shortcut key was for bringing up that menu. I'll remember. I think it's maybe it's Control K. I think maybe that's what it is. Is that Control K? Yeah, Control K. That's it. Okay. All right. Whoa. What just happened? Okay. Where are we? Where is this thing? Oh, you're all the way up there, eh? All right. And this here is the testimonials section. You're doing good. Well, that's good to hear. Excellent. Yeah. If you start saying you're not doing so well, I don't know how well I could do as a therapist. I don't know if I have those types of actually I know I don't have those qualifications or skills, but I could listen. I could be a good listener. All right. So this could be something simple as read more testimonials, something like that. Okay. Okay. Yeah, pricing is a little bit strange. Oh, excuse me. I think we'll just even... Well, should we even just... probably duplicate how we have the pricing on the actual pricing page. It's hard to know. And again, what types of pricing? I don't see very many landing pages, home pages that have like a pricing table on the home page. It's not very often you see that for like a larger site or a larger company anyways, but for a smaller company, it's also not very common. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it makes sense now that we think about it, now that we're designing this thing, if it makes sense to have a pricing page here. Okay, let's think about the story that we're telling, right? We have a headline catching. Okay, let's do an accounting firm, okay? All right. You don't want to say anything stupid like, hey, we're an award-winning, accounting firm. Like, who cares? You want to say something like, I don't even know how to say it, but like, stop wasting time doing your own taxes, or maximize your tax return, whatever, something like that. And, maximize your return and stop wasting your time, whatever, doing your taxes, subscribe here for a quick, 9-page PDF, sheet of how you could do better, whatever the call to action is. And then you have an image here of, I don't know, somebody being happy that their taxes are done. I don't know, whatever, just something to do with an accountant, right? And say, taxes are never filed properly. I'm always getting audited, or like avoid audits. And, again, like maximize your return, or, like auto handle your books, making sure your books are up to date, whatever, these are the different problems. And then we're going down to our solution. And it's like, we take charge of, we put your like bookkeeping on autopilot, right? And you just talk about that. And then, we spot red flags before you even know it's a problem, whatever, like tax stuff implications. You kind of talk about that. And then you say, okay, well, you're going to free up all this extra time because you're not going to be doing your taxes. You're going to be able to get, I don't know, like what other benefits do accountants have? Like always great legal advice, at your fingertips, like whatever, all the benefits that an accountant has. I'm sorry, I'm not an accountant. I don't really know what they do. I guess I know what they do for me is they basically just save my time, and then they just do my taxes, and they just do it. So I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, right? So like worry free, all that kind of stuff. Don't have to think about, well, hopefully they did your books well so that if you're getting audited, like it's, it can all get kind of taken care of relatively quickly. And then here's the process, right? Like, hey, we hop on a call, or we have monthly meetings. And then after that, we take your books or take your receipts. And then every quarter we sit down and, we give you a report. I don't know, whatever the step-by-step process is to give the results of basically what you promised, basically here, or whatever the solving of this problem is as well down here. So you promise to fix all that kind of stuff. And then it's like, okay, well, guess what? Mr. Smith and all these other people have said great things about us, what it was like to work with us. And then these testimonials themselves tell a story too, right? And then I think I think then it should just be call to action. I feel like a pricing is, I don't know, I feel like it's not quite there yet. Just telling that story, it seems like, okay, yes, now book your initial call, right? So you can have your book your free 30-minute call with us today. So have your super call to action. What's the font size? Same font size as this one, right? 40. Oh, 410. I think 600, right? Oh, no, let's go 650. Center the text, and then center the container. And then Control K. Control K now opens actions. That's what I wanted. Yeah, got it. Control K. And then I can't keyboard to assets. Can I tab? Nope. That's not what I want. What's going on? I'm going to go to assets. And we're going to type in button. And then we're going to insert the button. Where did it go? It's all the way up here. I don't want it up here. I want it down here. Where is this text? Oh my goodness, it's all the way up there. You come down here. Oh, no. This button, let's make it, oh, we definitely want it to be a big button. Probably bigger than that, actually. And let's change the text. Why can't we change the text? Oh, that's weird. Why is that? That is a variation of my buttons. Why can't I? Oh, that's weird. Didn't I? I thought I made another variant. Oh, it's on the text. I think I have to click on the text. That's probably, oh, jeez. That's probably why. Oh, no. Where am I? Oh, here we go. No, that's not there. Where's the text? Oh, that's weird. Maybe I just didn't have it set in the variant. Sorry, I'm just stupidly fiddling around with this thing. Right. I have to put this in here. That's text. I didn't do it for that one. That's why. Okay, that makes sense. So now if we go back here, now we can go into the text field here and type in book your free call today. Exclamation mark. Okay, this we're going to Shift A. We're going to call this CTA, which is our call to action. We're going to bring this way down. Well, too far down. Maybe 24. And we're actually going to make this. I want to make this full width. What's the full width of this thing? Let's go. Oh, it's not snapping. What's the size of the frame? Does it say? Frame is 1440. So let's make this 1440. Let's go in the middle. This thing here, I thought I set it to be a specific size of 650. It doesn't like to listen. So let's go here and let's give this some padding. Maybe 32. And let's give it a background color. And let's just give it this background color. Just to show it off a little bit. There we go. So that's our call to action, and guess, yeah, pricing. I don't know so much about pricing. So now we want to get to a footer section. And I think we should keep this footer relatively simple. I mean, we want to make sure that it has all of these different navigation items that we're going to want it to have. And these are going to be other things that are not going to be displayed in the main navigation, right? So the footer is kind of the place for that. So I think what we can do for this footer, I think again, we basically make, like if we go to our component sections here, I think we make a footer section that has something like this, would have the company services products. Something simple like this. Do I only have 5 footers here? I feel like I have more than this in the in our component library. I'm pretty sure we have more. How many do we have? Footer. Yeah, we have 10. Yeah, basically something like this is what I want to do, is what I want to make. Yeah. Which begs the question is, why am I not using this again? Which we already talked about, but yeah, book your free 30-minute call. Yeah, I'm just not feeling these solution sections. Okay. Let's get in with the all right, logo. Oops. All right, so this is basically going to be the footer navigation that we're going to throw up here. And I think we can have some headers here. Actually, let's go to 18. Let's bold. Oh, not that much. Semi-bold. And just regular. And let's just talk about and sorry, I need to look at what we actually have. Oh, where do I want to go? What we actually have here. Right, so we can go about, we can have the team. I'm going to go here, actually I want to go here, and I'm going to shift A this one into, let's call this footer column. Space between, don't want too much, maybe 1 unit. Yeah, that's good. So team. And then I'm going to have legal, or well, do we need to separate them both? I mean, a lot of websites have like a privacy page and then also a terms of service page. I wonder if we should just keep it all into one for now. I'm not sure. We'll have to think about that. So company. And then I'll just say services. Whatever. what these are. Service 2. Service 3. And what else do we have here, guys? We have, frequently asked questions. Where does that go? Pricing, testimonials. Yeah. Okay. So this is got to have careers. I guess contact could go here under services. What, whoops. Right, resources. And duplicate that. Does this footer column have a specific width? It does. Resources would be a blog, and then it could be testimonials. And then we can have frequently asked questions. It's mixed. So 240 looks good. I feel like that's it, right? We have the home, we got the about, we have the team. Services and features, kind of the same thing. Or services, because we're not really going to have features because it's not going to be like a product, right? It's really going to be a service. Testimonials, yeah. Link tree. The link tree, we don't need to link to that, but that'll just be in the sitemap. And we have contact, legal, careers, jobs on the Webflow pages, yeah. So I think that works okay. So let's make these all the same size. Okay, Shift A. I'm gonna call these footer columns. And then Shift A. This is just the footer in general. Gonna make this 1200. Center it. All right. I wonder if we want to have a call to action in the footer. I think no. I think we can put it before the fold or before the footer, just in different call to action sections or components. I think that would make the most sense. All right. So yeah, we have that. And I think maybe one last thing we want to put in the footer. Could be probably just like the social media links, right? Yeah, and I think, social media links. So I think I'm going to copy these guys just to put it in here. See what it looks like. Actually, don't go there. Where are you? You're over here. Maybe we throw it in the last footer column, eh? Oh, like in here. Might need a little bit more space there. No, that doesn't quite look right. What's gonna look right? I think what this will need is actually a divider. I mean, yeah, even in just this wireframe, it feels like it needs something. And then we go, yeah, that's much better, much better. And then we just have our copyright 2024. Yeah, we just go business name. Oh, actually, that doesn't work. There we go. Now we can take that. Business name LTD. There we go. Something like that. Okay. So here's a couple things that I'm thinking here, guys. So we have, we have one, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, basically 9 different pages that we need to frame up here. And then we need variations for different sections within those pages just to give a little bit of variety for our template. The problem that I'm thinking of, the problem that I'm facing, and I'm trying to figure out how best to deal with this, is that, this has been over 2 hours. So it's like 2 hours of wireframing this thing. And obviously I could have done stuff a little bit different in terms of using the style guide that I already have, or making this into more of like building more components, which I can certainly definitely do to speed up the other pages. Yeah, like I'm trying to balance with, I don't want to spend the next 2 weeks, if it's going to take 2 hours per page. and they're, 9 pages, 10 pages, and spend that much time wireframing, because wireframe should not take this much time, right? So I don't know how best to solve that. And this is something that's, like, to be honest, it is new for me, again, in my workflow and how I do wireframes, because I mostly do wireframes by hand, because then it takes me like 30 minutes and then it's done, right? As opposed to just trying to do it here in Figma. But then I don't know, maybe you guys could tell me, like, if you guys are doing your wireframes, do you generally, if you're doing it in Figma, do you take that and then actually take that file and design from that file, or do you start designing completely fresh just based on that wireframe? Because even for me, when I'm doing a wireframe, I don't even spend the time to even like write text or copy, right? So I don't know if that's what's taking so much time with this. And I don't know how people are using Figma are using it in a way to, it's like half wireframe, half design, because it's like kind of these pre-built kind of blocks. I don't know. Like, I guess what I'm trying to get at too is, like, when I'm doing my wireframe specifically, like if I'm like a client's going to hire me, I'm going to do a wireframe. It's really like going to look like this. Well, maybe not. This is a really bad example here, but I'm just doing something here like really quick, but like this is super fast here and not done very well, but like my wireframes would look like this, right? Like everything is legit placeholder. It's just thinking about where the content's going to go. And maybe sometimes the headings will be like, intro or testimonials or whatever the case may be. But like these little X's for images, like you guys seen them all a million times before, right? So that's just kind of how I do things. So I don't know if I'm like doing things the wrong way here, at least in terms of how I want my workflow to go. It's just because I definitely never spent this much time like doing a wireframe, right? So I don't know. I skip the wireframe altogether if I have a general idea of what I want in terms of style. Yeah, I feel like it's almost the curse of like being a designer at the same time and like doing the whole process from start to finish, is that you already have an idea of what you want in your mind. So like, why waste time doing a wireframe, because you kind of know what you're going to do. So yeah, like when you're working on client projects that need a wireframe, I use what I've already built. Yeah, and I guess if you're building the pieces almost like, well, whether it's kind of like this where you have things that I look at this too. To me, like this isn't a wireframe. I guess this is more of it's like a mix between a wireframe and a design. Shit. I don't know. I feel, yeah, damn it. Because this is where we're getting kind of, we were talking about earlier, talking about like these wireframes and these UI kits or whatever. And these can often be taken, like when someone does this and they like ship it off to the designer as well too. Yeah, the wireframe is a guide. Yeah, it's 100%, because once you're actually going and building, and especially if you don't have the content beforehand, that's where things could really change. If you get a lot more content or a lot less content than what you were thinking, then you have to definitely adjust things. Yeah, I'm wondering what to do. Because what are we today? Today we're Monday, and I definitely want to have this template done like in 2 weeks, like max. But I guess what's kind of not bothering me, but what I'm thinking about is like, how can I do this to make sure I also get it all on on live stream, right? So that's kind of where I guess I'm having a little bit of trouble, because it's like, okay, well, how am I going to do this? And do I showcase the whole process on the live stream, which is what I want to do, but the way that I'm doing this now, because it's outside of my flow and how I normally do things, it's this is taking way too much time, because like I said, there was a way maybe, I don't have one of those great, awesome, like tablets that mimic your screen that you can plug in, and then that would be great too, because I could plug it in my computer and I could just share my screen and I could just wireframe this up and be like, okay, here's the home page, here's the testimonial page, here's this page, here's the different variations of those different things, and you just block it out. Basically, is all it is kind of blocking things out. And then we get to the actual designing, and then we can go in Figma. It's like, okay, let's build this thing. Let's build the exact look and feel. Let's put in the names of the like the navigation, all that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so maybe, yeah. Well, anyways, yeah, where do we go? I don't know. Oh man, this is ridiculous. I mean, there's one thing that I could do. I guess I never thought about this, is that I could just sketch out all my pages and sketch out the frames on paper, and then I could scan it and I could just bring it into the computer. Yeah, I don't know if that makes the most sense. Or I guess I can bring up not Photoshop, but I guess it's Affinity Photo now. And then I could just hook up my tablet to that and just start drawing on there. Or can Figma, does Figma work with a pen? Probably not. Well, it does have a freehand, doesn't it? Or it has a pen tool, but I think it's like more of a Photoshop pen. Yeah. It's not like an actual freehand tool. So I don't think Figma works with like an actual pen, right? Like if you brought in a stylus or whatever, a tablet. When Figma takes too long or feels like it will drag, I use XCaliDraw. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's just some type of drawing software, I would imagine, like a vector-based software. I have stuff on my tablet as well, which I've used before, and it's sweet. I really love doing that. So that's really cool. And I use, I think it's ClipArt Studio is what I have on my tablet. XCaliDraw. Oh, geez. I'm not sharing this. And then I guess you just... Oh, this looks pretty cool. This looks really cool, actually. I love this because this is what's so great about using like a simple tool, right? And there was a tool that I used to use that was kind of like this, but they were bought out now, and it was Envision app. I think they were bought out by Miro, I think. But they had tools too that you can draw stuff. TL Draw. No, it's not that one. I've never heard of TL Draw either. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other ones. Envision app, yeah. But they changed a lot, but yeah, now they're freehand and now they're bought out. So yeah, they're closed. I guess you can't even, I think you could still sign in. I think they were going to go till the end of this year, which I guess is coming up pretty soon. So, but they were pretty cool. I use them. Well, a couple of years ago, I think I kind of used them. because they were pretty good. And I think Figma is just better now too, because they do all this prototyping as well too, where you basically just take images and you can put them together. But of course, Figma can give you, I don't know, they could just do better like animations and stuff like that too. So, so yeah, but this looks pretty interesting. Is this even, do you have to pay for this? Or is everything just free? Like if I want to save it, do I have to pay for it? So yeah, it's all free. Well, that's crazy. And then this locks this thing. I wonder, I would imagine it would work for, like if I have my tablet. All data is local. Well, that's really cool. So I guess you got to be careful though. Then, if you have any power loss or whatever, then you're in trouble. I guess unless you have an account and does it save? No, I guess it won't, unless you actually have to save it, and there's no like a live save. That's where you could get into issues, especially if you have bad internet connection. You don't want to be working and be like, oh, everything just died. Oh, so it does autosave? Well, then that's good. So if I go to open, save to disk. Yeah. I have to learn more about it. That's interesting. I don't know if I would use this over using like ClipArt Studio, especially if I can ClipArt Studio, especially since I paid for it. Can I use this on PC? I think you can. I'm pretty sure you can. Draw using a computer. Yeah, because they have a very simple kind of drawing interface as well too, which I really, really like. It autosaves to local storage from the browser. That's really cool. Man, some of the tech that people have now, especially in browsers, is really, really cool. But I guess too, I think what is the program? It's like Electron, I think is what it is, where you basically can build an app, which is just like a browser basically. Which is cool, but then you just have like the installers or whatever. So I remember working on an app. It was like a mining app back up north, and it was pretty cool using that. And it's like, yeah, it's almost like just building in a browser, but you're actually building an app. So I guess you can basically do the same thing, but just reverse it. I don't know. I don't know. But it's really cool. People are doing some really cool stuff in browser, which is insane. Well, I guess just like Webflow too, right? It's amazing. It's amazing. Okay. All right. What am I going to do? I'm going to take some time just to think about this tonight, to figure out how I could change the way that I'm doing wireframes, or just super increase the speed of which I'm actually wireframing in here. Whether I just make these just like legit generic kind of components that just get moved into different places, just so that, yeah, we got to have the wireframe fast. It can't take this long, because we got to get designing and then we got to get developing. We just really need to do that. So yeah, I got to figure that out, because I really would like to get this wireframe done in a day, like by tomorrow, the end of the day tomorrow. And I have all day tomorrow to work on this as well too, not going anywhere. So yeah. Okay. Cool. There's some cool tools out there. So I'm just blown away by that drawing tool. It was really cool. All right. So that's what we're going to do. Anyways, we're plugging away. Slowly but surely, we're going to have to figure out the workflow, especially when we're just doing things on the live stream. And I think that's just where it's tripping me up a little bit. So I apologize about that, where I'm not going maybe as smoothly as I guess I really would do if I was, not on camera or whatever, or again, like designing for a client or making something for a client. But my whole idea too is I did want to treat this as if like, hey, I'm doing this thing for a client, right? So just to kind of showcase like what my thinking process is to kind of go from start to build. That's actually gives a really good idea. I would love to talk to somebody. Tell me if you guys think this would be cool to see, but I would love to be able to go through the process of someone that's not a client to being a client, and like recording all the conversations that I have with them. Like if it's, say we talk virtually or whatever, to have the sales call to whatever, and then just record all that process and then show them all the steps and show all the steps and show me doing all those steps. And then bundling that together in some kind of really cool, whatever part video series or whatever. I think that would be really, really cool. I'd love to figure out how I can do that. And maybe there could be somebody that I could find that would volunteer to do that. Maybe I can give them like a discount or something like that in the actual end product, just so that, I don't know if they're not okay with being on camera or something. I don't know. I want to figure something like that out. I think that would be kind of cool. Let me know what you guys think, if that would be something that would be interesting to see. And again, I don't know how to make it, whether it's a combination of stuff that's live or it's just like an actually like produced kind of video that's like a 30-minute kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to have some supper, think about this wireframe stuff, and get back to it. And then we'll get back together here tomorrow. I'll probably start earlier in the morning for me tomorrow. And then we'll get back to, again, finishing up the wireframe by tomorrow so we can really get started in doing some actual design stuff, which I don't think we've really done some really good design stuff here on stream. So that'll be nice to get into. All right. I'm going to head out. That's it for me. Thank you guys, everyone. There's so many guys that were on the stream today that were commenting, so I don't know if I could hit everybody. Kevin, Rolando, Jay, Brent, Sam, Leo, and is that it? Stoyan. I think that's everyone that kind of showed up in the chat today. So thank you guys so much for joining. Very much appreciate all the support, as always. Thank you so much. All right, that's it for me today. As always, I'll be back here again tomorrow for a brand new live stream. Until then, take care. Have a good night. And we'll see you tomorrow. Till next time.